Hey guys, this is Ken from Nippon Bro. How's it going? Hope you guys are having a good day. So today we are out here near the ocean, and I kind of wanted to do a little bit of a B-roll and how to shoot by yourself of yourself, because a lot of people, I think, on YouTube especially, and just filmmakers that are trying to get themselves off the ground, they are trying by themselves and they don't necessarily have the luxury to hire a friend or hire somebody to be able to shoot for them. So I'm just kind of doing a little bit of a tutorial video of how to do that. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an outline of how to do that in each step, and then the kind of the thought process I go through when I take my B-rolls. So without making this intro a little longer than it should be, I'm going to get straight into the intro. We're going to get right to filming. Hey, welcome back guys. So there's a few things that I want to go over with you guys before we start getting out and doing actual filming here. Sorry about the birds here, they're like chirping all over the place. The one thing that you want to start doing is to tell a story with your B-roll. A B-roll is something that gets you from point A to point B, depending on where your destination is and where your starting point is, but it kind of tells you the journey to that point. Now there is overuse of B-roll as well. So I'm going to show you a little bit of how I do it and then kind of go from there. So let's take you a little bit of a different perspective. I'm going to switch to my iPhone here and get the iPhone to film me while I hold the camera, because I don't really have a secondary camera other than my iPhone. So hopefully that's okay. But anyways, let's get to filming. Hey guys, I hope the image on the iPhone is okay. I'm not color grading this footage, so this is just straight out of the iPhone 7 4K, and but here I have my camera and I'm kind of set to this dirt road here. Today I'm just shooting with my 16mm. I'm gonna switch maybe between my 16mm and my 56mm depending on the shot, but basically for the first shot you want to kind of establish your shot with your location. So depending on where your location is, you kind of want to immerse the audience in the journey with you. So having to do that, you need to be able to show the wide angle perspective of where you are, so the audience kind of gets a general idea. You don't really need to go to a map and literally point out where they are. So that's kind of like a little bit too extensive, but with B-roll you just want a general idea. So I got my thing on a tripod right now, but I'm gonna actually shorten it down because I want establishing shot where I show the sky and then kind of pan down. So this is going to be more of a handheld shot. Usually you would do a gimbal move with this, but for most people that may or may not have a gimbal with them, I'm actually just going to do this without a gimbal or without a drone. And these two items are extra. These are something that you can purchase extra, but a lot of people would not have them in their kit because they invested a lot of money into a camera. So for me, I'm just going to show you literally what you can probably buy as a set, and what most people would have is a camera and tripod. So those are two main things that you would need to have. So what you can do is you can shrink your tripod down a little bit, and then you can actually use a tripod as almost like a monopod type of thing, and then you can use it to kind of get more stable footage. And then for more stable footage, you want 3 points of contact. So 1, 2, and then you have another point of contact. So if your arms are like this, that's 1 and 2, but if you have one next to kind of your rib cage, that's the 3rd point of contact. So as long as you have 3 point of contact, you'll have the most stable footage that you can possibly get with your own 2 hands. So let me just go ahead and take this shot here. So always take more than what you would need. Right there, I just shot in 120 frames per second at 1080p resolution. You can do 4K at 60. There's definitely that option, but I like to sometimes get a little bit more of a, I guess, a broader range of frames per second depending on how much I want to slow it down by. So again, take more than one shot. I would take about like 3-4 shots of the same thing, just so you have a little bit of footage to play around with when you get to post editing process. So we're just going to go on to another shot here, and the other shots you kind of want to introduce the character, if there is a character in your story, and then take a little bit of the medium close-up shots, whether it's walking the feet or, you know, the brushing of the hand on leaves or something like that, to be able to kind of accentuate more of the environment around you. I'm going to introduce me, myself, in this case, because I am the hero of this story, and it's basically me walking to where the ocean is. And literally, I'm only working in a 50-meter distance, so I'll actually pull up a map somewhere on the screen here. You're going to be able to see where I'm actually at and where I'm going. It's really not that far. You don't have to travel far for this. You can if you really wanted to, but I'm just telling you just the basics of how to take a B-roll of yourself by yourself. Even if it's such a short distance, it kind of makes it seem like it's a very long distance. So yeah, if I didn't say the 50-meter point, I bet you guys, anyone would be like, wow, this guy took a little bit of a journey. But in essence, it's only like 30 seconds. Anyways, let's go on to the next shot. Hey guys, so basically we just shifted over just a little bit, actually, not even like 15 meters. It's getting a little breezy, a little cloudy, so hopefully you guys can still hear me okay. Basically what I did was, now I attached my 56mm lens onto my Sony a6400 to get a punch-in shot of my feet walking. So that is going to be the next shot. So what I did was I actually set my camera down here. I'm not sure if it's barely in frame maybe. And then I had a little pouch, and I'm going to use that pouch to basically kind of frame my shot. So I'm going to remove that pouch after, and I'm going to put my, basically where my feet is going and where that pouch is going. The reason why I put that pouch there is because I want to keep that focus on that pouch, and then put it on manual focus, take the pouch out so the focus does not move. So when I walk in, my shoes will be right in focus when I go, and then when I walk out, it's going to be out of focus again. So that's kind of the shot that I want to go for. But it's kind of the reason why I'm doing this right after the establishing shot is because what I'm trying to go for is more like something that is not really revealing just yet who it is, but you will see right at the end when it's like the person shows up and then the view. So that's kind of like the boom effect, the climax that I'm going for. So it's kind of a mystery until the person kind of travels to that point, and then when they get to that point, it's going to be a reveal. That's kind of my basic storyline. Of course, yours is a little different. You can film it, but this is the basic shooting techniques that you're going to do for your story. And then the way you want to put it is how you want to put it at the very end. So make sure you always write a storyboard so you know what you're shooting, so then you can plan these things so you don't waste your time in a day, because you can do this all in an hour or 2 hours and then go back home and edit. So that's the beauty of doing a storyboard and being prepared before you go out and shoot. So let me just quickly take this shot here. Alright, so that looks pretty good. We're just going to move on to the trail part, and I'm still going to keep my 56mm on here just because I want to be able to take more close-up shots of what I'm going to be taking. Hey guys, so basically this next shot, what we're going to be doing is taking kind of a closer up shot of, of my upper to mid back. I'm not 100% sure where this is actually aimed at, but basically I'm just going to let the camera's autofocus do its work right now, and I'm going to see how it turns out, do several passes of the camera, just walking down the trail and still kind of hiding that mysterious figure, but you're kind of getting more than just the feet now. You're kind of going up the body, and then you're seeing the person. So hopefully this kind of turns out well, but I'll see what I can do. So I'm just going to quickly film this, and because this is like the only access here to this kind of part of the ocean, and there's like people coming in and out, so I kind of have to do this quick in order to not cause any disturbance of the people around here. So let me quickly do this. Perfect. So just tilting a little bit down was perfect, and hopefully I got the shot that I want in post. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Now the other thing I want to do is I kind of want my hands to be in the shot, so whether it's touching the grass or something like that. And you don't necessarily have to use the exact same area, because you know, people aren't really going to know where you are exactly. So you can kind of go off to the side if there's any shrubs on the side that's easily walkable to be able to, you know, do what you need to do. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually get away from this trail and just go to the side over there near my car and to take this other shot. So it kind of gives a little bit more to the trail, and it kind of seems like you're walking a trail that's further than what it is, because this trail is literally only maybe 5 meters long. So it's really close. So I kind of want to accentuate the trail a little bit and take it off to the side. So let's go. Hey guys, a little sunny again. Hopefully you guys can see it, not too blown out on the iPhone. But basically I have my camera set right here and I have it kind of pointing at this grass right here. Still the 56mm prime lens that I have. And the reason why I'm kind of pointing it at the grass here is because I'm going to brush my hands up against the grass to kind of give it more of that mood of where I am. So yeah, I have it set here with manual focus because at this close it kind of starts shift focusing. With that, you can't really have it on autofocus because it's just going to hover back and forth. So I set it to manual where I wanted it to, and generally if it's okay, it's not going to be all in focus because there's a heavy bokeh on here. So as long as my hand is in focus for maybe a split second or two, I think that's good enough. So yeah, let me just go film this part. Perfect, that's pretty good. We're gonna actually start going down the trail and near the ocean, and then when we get down to the beach, it's gonna be a little bit of side of the face, close up, and then finally it's gonna reveal the ocean, reveal the character, and then yeah, hopefully we get our B-roll done here. But after you kind of do all your story setup, what you want to do is just take everything around you, all the environment, take all the B-roll that you can, because what you're gonna do is when you get back home in post, you're going to scrub through all the footages that you took. You're going to have many options when it comes to filling in these shots, because the reason why you want to do that is when you select your music for your actual B-roll segment, you're going to want to hit the beats. But then some music, the beats are really quick, so then what ends up happening is you start running out of footage and you can't really cut the same footage over and over again, and it just becomes a little amateur looking. So what you want to do is just go nuts on taking any type of B-roll, whether it's bushes, trees, rocks, whatever, animals, anything that you can, to be able to fill those gaps in, because you're only going to see those gaps when the beat's going really fast for just, it's almost like a photo, just a flash, split seconds, but it's going to really make that video really looking good. So yeah, that's my kind of recommendation, but hopefully you guys can kind of implement that in your B-roll. Let's get going to the next location. Hey guys, how's it going? So switch to a different location. Gonna take all my shots, my finishing shots here. Hopefully the audio is okay. It's a bit windy. I try to hide it kind of behind a rock so it's not picking up too much of the wind, but probably picking up a little bit. But what we're gonna do is we are actually going to take kind of a close-up shot of my face. So I'm hoping to somehow, you know, get this in focus. I'm not sure how this is gonna work. I'm probably gonna have to put it in autofocus and then we'll see how it goes. And then it's going to take a revealing shot of my face and then my whole entire body, where I am, where I'm standing, and yeah, we'll take a bunch of other B-rolls. Anyways, let's get to it. All right, perfect. So we got that shot and we're pretty good. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch to the 16mm and just show where I am entirely, and it's gonna be pretty good. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do behind me or in front of me. So I'm gonna actually do both. I'm gonna take two shots and then we're gonna see which one we use, and then I'll show you at the end of the video the final B-roll. Hey guys, so I have the camera set up right now and it's kind of facing off into the ocean over there. The whole point of this shot is to be able to shoot the back side of me, so it kind of accentuates where I am to the audience in a more wider form. Now you get to see my full form factor of the entire hero. And then yeah, we're gonna take the back shot. We're gonna take the front shot as well. I'm not sure how that's gonna turn out, but we'll see if we use it. We don't have to, just take extra, so you're gonna be safer at home. So one thing I forgot to tell you guys is in the previous shot before this one, I had a close-up of my face. And in that one, I actually went from right to left in turning my head. And in this shot, what I just did there was I actually went from right to left. So what I can do in post is actually cut between these two clips seamlessly, so it seems like two camera angles went off at the same time. So that is how I kind of wanted to look in post. All right, so what I just did was I moved the camera. Now I'm taking the front facing of myself and looking at the ocean. And basically now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a move where I look down into the ocean, and that is going to be my cue to cue in the other B-roll section, like looking at the ocean, and that's gonna get away from the character and it's gonna go just straight to the end from there. Just a nice little view. So at this point you can do whatever you want. You can shoot the ocean. So essentially what you're gonna do is whatever B-roll that you take from this point on is going to be from the hero's eyes. So that's what you're trying to tell the audience, what the person is looking at. So this is how you accentuate it more. I'm gonna switch actually back to the 56mm and take in some closer shots of the plants, the grass, texture shots where I'm looking. And then at the very end, I'm just gonna take a nice 16mm wide angle off into the sunset type of kind of shot here. So yeah, let me just quickly do those filming. I'm just gonna do it all right here so you guys can kind of see me do it at the same angle that we have here, so I don't have to move this camera. All right. Alright guys, so basically I finished everything with my shot. I took a little bit more extra B-roll, and I think it's been long awaited for the final clip. So here you are. Hey guys, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this B-roll, taking B-roll of yourself and by yourself, because I think a lot of people can relate when it comes to taking B-roll and you don't have anyone to kind of help you, then it's a little tough. I know where you come from. I'm still without a cameraman. I don't plan on having another cameraman because of the fact that I get to do, you know, kind of my pace and how I want to do things, but yet I'm sacrificing the, I guess, the part where I can get a little bit more creative if I do have a cameraman. But you know, this channel is all about growing as well, so hopefully some of you are following along and creating your own YouTube channel to be able to follow along with me and to be able to kind of grow with me in terms of giving you tips and everything of what I'm doing and how I'm changing and growing. And eventually, maybe, yes, I will get a second person to hold the camera for me, but as of this point, I don't really see the fact that I need one. But you can do a lot more, and that is the advantage of having another person. But again, make sure you use a tripod when you are doing the steady shots and how to hold the camera. You're not going to be able to prop the camera anywhere else, so always have a tripod and you can kind of work your way around it. I would have a ball head on top of your tripod to be able to adjust it, so you can, even if it's you know, uneven on types of surfaces, when you are putting down the tripod, you can always adjust the ball head to level it out and have a pretty level shot when you're taking your B-roll. Hopefully you like that B-roll clip as well, and if you have any other questions of how I edit it, and maybe I might make a video on how I edit my B-rolls, comment down below. And if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and smash the like button and turn on those notifications for future videos like this and many, many more. I think there might be a few product videos coming out, I'm not sure yet. But otherwise, keep on creating, guys, and take this journey with me, and hopefully you guys grow. Peace out, and I'll see you on the next one.